But when we break these numbers down based on race, we find that only 2 groups of students fell below the average. Those students who identified as Black or African American, Hispanic or Latina. That is very important about why we as an organization are addressing very clearly how do we close the achievement gap of Black and Latino or Hispanic students by creating, and we're doing this very deliberately by creating separate task forces that are going to be looking at these issues of the student experience and also more importantly the data about these students. And I look forward to hearing from their report a little bit later in the calendar year in December. With more than 20% of Black and Hispanic students not persisting, I would offer to you that that is a profound sense of urgency. Profound. We have embraced it, and we are part of the education revolution. Let me tell you about another hallmark of urgency at Montgomery College, Boys to Men program.
Just because you make it to college don't mean you're going to succeed, in college, because it's so easy to fall behind. But Boys to Men is a program that helps, young youth, that if you go to it, you have mentors and counselors who, help you and give you the love and attention you need.
Our primary goals were, first of all, to keep them in school. Secondly, to improve the GPA, transfer rates, and their attainment of any degree or any award that they might be seeking.
Already got a 91 out of 100.
We feel that basically the engagement, the relationships are crucial to keeping students in school. If they think that someone cares, personally cares, before dropping out, they'll at least talk to you before they will, and perhaps we can change their mind and get some resources that might make them successful.
Everybody cares, whether it's a student, whether it's a mentor, everybody cares. It's like a level of love that I can't really explain.
Patrick has been one of my, I should say, brightest stars.
I think Boys to Men is a major impact. It gave me a stepping stone on where I want to go and where I see myself.
Patrick came in with a lot of apprehension, a lot of questions, but he was very candid and he was willing to learn. And at the end of the day, you have to be willing to learn. You have to be willing to try something new. Otherwise, we're not going to be a magic bullet for anyone. And so he's done very well.
Looking to further my education, I want my associate's degree, and I'm hoping for a bachelor's also, but, trying to, day by day, that's day by day.
What works here can be replicated other places and modified to that particular environment. I think Montgomery College should be ahead of the game, simply put. I think we're one of the best community colleges in the country, and there's no reason we shouldn't be ahead of the game.
Patrick is one life that's been changed by the Boys to Men program. One of many. I think this is an interesting piece of data. Of the 41 Black male students enrolled in the best Boys to Men, last year, all but one, 98%, I'd like to round it up if I could, but we'll say 98%, either returned to college, graduated with their associate degree or certificate, and or transferred to other colleges and university. That's nearly 100%. I think this is commendable. Now, if we compare that, though, to the general population of Black male students at our college, nearly 4,600 enrolled Black men last year, only 74% returned, graduated, or transferred. But Boys to Men only serves a handful of students. Very small group, but it's a very intentional experience. So our task now must be to look at ways in which we can expand that program beyond the one campus that it's on and to include a larger group of young men in that program.